friends, welcome to my kitchen again. This is Christine with Christine's Routines, and today we are going to do a quick project before my husband and I go for a walk, but it's one of those passive things you can do. We're going to dehydrate some tomatoes and some tomatillos, and we're going to make them taste like fun, crunchy pizza chips. So stay tuned. I find that wetting the tomatillos down, because you have to wash them anyways, that it peels so much easier. You know, sometimes that outer shell kind of dries out. So let's get to it. Okay, we're going to put them back in the colander, and I'm going to go give them a rinse. Okay, let's get this cleaned up. All right. So give those a good drain, a good wash. Make sure all the peel's off. There's going to be a couple little pieces left here. Oops, sorry, it's under my fingernails. But yeah, this is one of those passive things that you can do. Like I said, I'm just going to get this ready, and it's going to be an all-day project. These will go in my dehydrator. Over here it's a Hamilton Beach where you can actually set the temperature, etc. And it is going to be a yummy treat. Okay guys, let's get these cut up. So these are all ready to go. Everything is all washed. And I mean, look at the size of these tomatoes from there. It was like 69 cents a pound, but these are giant, just to compare the two. Yeah. So let's do the tomatillos. I've got my trays all ready to go. They have a silicone liner inside, and normally I use that because it makes for ease of cleanup. And then also you can see underneath that the holes are quite a bit larger, and then this just makes sure that, you know, nothing falls through. So I do my tomatoes and tomatillos a little bit different. So I have a serrated knife, and I'm gonna just go through. I'm gonna save the top to, like, you know, put in spaghetti sauce or something. But what you're gonna do is you're going to cut these in a little bit thicker of slices. So because you don't want them too thin. So we're gonna go about 1/4 of an inch, if you'll see. And we're gonna set those right on the tray. Once we get these cut up. So you're gonna get 2.5-ish slices. So I'm going to go through this bottom here and make it a slice. And I'm going to set those on the tray, because then we're going to season them right on the tray. I just find that that's the easiest thing to do. So here we're going to cut, and I'll just speed this up for you. Okay, so I managed to fit pretty much all of them on this tray. I've got a couple of them a little bit thicker than I maybe wanted, but, you know, using a knife instead of a slicer. But the reason why you want to do a little bit thicker of slices, like this one is a little bit too thick, but that's fine. And then you want them separated, so you don't really want them touching. And, well, they're going to shrink down, but you're pretty much taking all of the liquid out of them. So you want them to be a little bit thicker so you can actually, like, put them on a sandwich or what have you. So let's get these seasoned up. And what I do is I've got some seasoning out here. I just have some Italian seasoning. I've got some oregano, and I've got some basil. So you can just stick with the Italian seasoning if you want. And I have a tray underneath, so to avoid the mess. And I'm going to go on top of each one. And if you like different seasonings, like if you want just garlic, you can do that as well. but we like the Italian, and that's kind of what's gonna make it taste like a little pizza chip. So, and then what we'll do, we'll see how long these take to dehydrate, but we're gonna go over them on the other side as well. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of basil, just a quick little blip, and I can already smell it. It smells so good. I love that house to smell like you're cooking something. Smells like a pizza parlor. And then this is oregano. I'm just gonna do a little bit of this as well, and they'll really come out and smell so good. And you can put them, like I said, you can put them on sandwiches, etc. All right, so there they are. They're all seasoned up on this side, and they're ready to go in the dehydrator. So the next thing is these giant guys here. So I'm going to go through and just cut off a few pieces, a couple little bad spots. I'm not really going to core them, but I'll probably, because of the size, I might like cut the chips, like the slices in half and dehydrate them that way. So we'll see how big they are and how big they show up on the sheet here. So these are going to be these are going to be amazing. I cannot wait to share this with you. So I'm just going to go through, and I'll see you in a minute. Yeah, these are giant, so I'm going to cut these in half and put them on the tray. You can just see. So I left these a little bit thick, and I cannot wait. So I'm going to cut these in half, and I'm not taking out any of the gel or anything. That's kind of the good stuff. And let's get them on the tray. We'll do Italian seasoning first. And you can put as little or as much as you want on. You know, and some people use the nutritional yeast and to give it kind of a nutty flavor, but we're kind of into the Italian and wanting them to taste like little mini pizzas. So you can use these for a snack. You can use these, like I said, on sandwiches, etc. And I cut these up in half because they're just like that gigantic. But there you go. I think I used everything, or did I not use oregano? I gotta put oregano on yet. And you should smell it in here. It really smells like a pizza parlor right now. And so when you do dehydrating, there we go, it's all ready to go. When you do dehydrating, I actually do most of mine outside, which is really nice for the area that we're in. I'm gonna cut this off. And doing it outside just makes it even more passive. You know, getting into dehydrating is a really fun hobby, and it's a great way to preserve your food. I mean, you can literally dehydrate ground beef. You can dehydrate noodles, which you might want to question, why would you want to do that? But it's all about preserving the food that you have for longer term. This is for fun, but this is also preserving it because I've had these tomatoes for a week and a half or so, and I don't want them to go bad. We're not going to use these for anything else. My husband has one cut up for like BLTs and such. And yeah, so this is my way of preserving them and making something fun out of them. So I can't wait for the end of this so you can see how they turn out and see how they taste. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna cut these in half. Yeah, and I could not believe the price on some of the stuff at this Superstition Ranch Market. It is a favorite of so many people out here. I got a flat of strawberries for which a flat is 8, so 8 pounds. I got a flat of them for $6. And like I said, these tomatoes were, you know, like 69 cents a pound. And then the tomatillos were like 49 cents a pound, and etc. So, all right, there's one whole tomato again on here, and we're just gonna go over the seasonings. And here's Italian. What a fun treat for your family. And so the passive thing about it is, I know I keep saying that, but you have to do a little bit of work in the beginning to get them prepared, but then you just let them go. You know, you let them go for the, for these specifically, it's gonna be like 12 hours. I put them outside, or if you want your house to smell good, you can leave them inside. Weather, you know, weather permitting, you can do it outside. But yeah, it's a really fun hobby, and I'm loving it. I have several dehydrators. You can pick them up usually pretty cheap at a secondhand store, which I've done. So this one this is a Hamilton Beach 5 tray. It's a little bit smaller, which is what I need for out here. But yeah, these are all ready to go. And the smaller one, I really do like it because of that you can set the temperature on it. Some of those you can't set the temperature, which is fine, but I just find having a little bit more control over it is what I like. And adjusting the temperature, because I do fruits, vegetables, I've done the ground beef, which I can show you what it looks like. And it's one of those things that people kind of look at you crazy in the beginning, but then they start asking questions. Oh wow, how do you do that? How do you dehydrate? And people kind of complain about how long it takes, but I don't mind, because I see the result at the end of me preserving the food, me not throwing out, you know, like these were, you know, in the fridge, and if we didn't eat them within the next, I don't know, probably 5, 6, 7 days, which that's a lot of tomato for my husband and I, that they were going to go bad, you know. So should be able to squeeze this one on here. Right now it's 10:15 in the morning, and then I'm hoping, you know, the 12-hour mark, that they'll be ready before bed. And if not, I'll turn down the temperature, etc., and just let them go overnight. These are pretty thick, so we'll see. And what I'm going to do is, because it's one of those things that people say, you know, tomatoes are a fruit, tomatoes are a vegetable, etc. Well, the biological thing for a tomato is that it is a fruit. So you can set it up to a higher temperature. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see how that goes. And yeah, so here we go. There's the 4th tray, and we're going to get those set up. Okay guys, here we go. I am outside, and I'm just getting ready to set this. So it's flashing, so we're going to turn that. Usually for fruit, oops, I usually do 135, and then, so it's set to 135, and then I'm going to set it for 12 hours, which will make it about 10 o'clock tonight. So I'll check it before bed, and we will check back in with you. Here we go. Well, it's all ready to go, and my neighbors might be jealous of how it smells. Oh, there we go, it's kicking in. Here's a close-up of what they look like. Those fatties. I'm so excited for you guys to see what they look like at the end, and we'll give them a test taste. So we'll check back in tonight. Okay guys, it is actually the next afternoon. They were not done as of this morning, so I let them go. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're finally done. I actually snuck a bite of one of them, and they're crispy, crunchy, delicious, tastes like pizza. I did only taste the red ones. I didn't taste any of the tomatillos, but those are also done. So let's get to storing them away properly. Okay friends, so we got them all packaged up, but I had to have a little snack here. They turned out great, and yes, I definitely underestimated the time on them for the thickness that I did, but they are so fun, and there's not that many, but I will make do. They're gonna be perfect on some sandwiches, over salad. They've got that crunchy texture, and they're really fun to eat. So all of that oregano, the Italian seasoning, and the basil that we put on them really soaked into those tomatoes, and the tomatillos. So the tomatillos almost look like little mini jalapenos, but they're not. So they look lovely. And then here's the tomato. I took a couple bites out of it because it's that good. And yeah, so the seasoning stays on them as it dehydrates. And yeah, they're just kind of pop in your mouth good. So thanks for coming with me. Something new that I tried with my dehydrator. So go on, give it a try yourself. And thanks for watching. And if there'll be a few more videos on dehydrating and water bath canning, pressure canning, all sorts of goodies, making some sauces. So if that interests you, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys, and God bless.